Welcome on gaming community to the 5,000 Gaming channel. I'm host 5,000 Zombie. Before I go any further, the title is 100% clickbait. I do not believe the Epic Store is awesome, and I do not believe that gamers got it 100% wrong. Okay, I thought I'd try something new. I thought I'd see if this helps get any more traction on my channel. Whether it works or not, I don't know. We'll see. I can always edit the title of the video later on, but we'll see what happens. So yes, this is my first 2019 video of I Was Expecting More. It's my rant show, my discussion show, where I talk about different things in the games industry. And yes, it is about the Epic Store. First things first, let's clear up two things, and then I'll talk about Epic Store, I'll talk about the publisher side, developer side, and I'll talk about the consumer gamer side as well. So first things need to be cleared up about Tencent and Epic, and about how exclusive deals work. Because I've seen loads of videos and no one is saying this stuff in plain English. And everyone's completely bypassing the real thing that matters here, okay? So, Tencent and Epic. Tencent own part of Epic, yes. They own 40% shares. They have 2 people on a 7-person board, which allows them to maybe influence and try to make decisions. As you know, 2v5 doesn't necessarily work out in favor of getting decisions made, okay? They don't own a controlling stake and they don't own Epic. Epic still owned majority by Tim Sweeney. It's a private company. That's why if you go to the stock exchange, you can't see them listed there because they're not listed on there. They're a private company, okay? So for Tencent to even get the money they did to buy the shares, they had to go to Tim Sweeney, and Tim Sweeney had to say yes in the first place, okay? As I said, it's only 40% and it allows them 2 members on a 7-person board. So they can try and get things made. They may even try to do some shady business practices. But without the other 5 members saying yes, nothing they propose will ever get through, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? Just because Tencent own a portion of them doesn't necessarily mean they're doing anything in the company. 2 versus 7 doesn't quite work. 2 versus 5, sorry, doesn't quite work out on a 7-person board. Who knows, right? Secondly, exclusive deals, okay? I've seen loads of people talk about, oh, financial incentives and revenue share. It's not about the revenue share. That is a good thing. And the revenue share does mean that especially indie devs will be able to make more money when they do on the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, Steam, or GOG. But that is not what is bringing them to the Epic Store. It is the exclusive deal that's bringing them. And here's how normally an exclusive deal works, okay? Let's use Metro Exodus as an example. Epic and Deep Silver, that's the publisher of Metro Exodus, have been talking. Epic go to Deep Silver, I want your game for an entire year, exclusive to our platform. Deep Silver go, okay, how much are you looking to pay? Epic go, well, how much would you have lost, or how much would you have made, sorry, in that first year the game being on Steam? Deep Silver go back, they look at their figures, look at their numbers, they produce a spreadsheet or whatever, some financials, and go, look, this is how much we'd have made if we release on Steam, our estimation, right? Epic go, okay, so you'd have made 4 million on the Steam store. That's fine. We'll give you 4 million, or maybe 4.5 million, yeah, a little bit above. Now, you've not lost any financial gain. You've not lost any financial money, okay? Now, your game can be exclusive to our store for a year. That is how it works, okay? Any exclusive deal, whether it be on console or PC nowadays, there seems to be loads called Epic, it's financial incentive, okay? The only reason a developer is going to go to one store only, or publisher, is because they're being paid. Otherwise, it makes no sense. It makes no sense for a developer or publisher to limit their game to one store, one platform, when they can release on all platforms and make money from all different places, okay? So it's financial incentive. So Epic pay developers and publishers the money they need for that first year of sale that they would have got on any other platform, okay? So maybe they were going to release it on PlayStation. Epic were like, no, we want it on our store. Well, then they go, how much would you have made on the PlayStation store? They say 2 million. Epic go, here's 2 million. Now it's exclusive to us. Developer, publisher go, yeah, okay. Fine. So that's another thing that needs to be cleared up, okay? Because a lot of people think it's the revenue share, and it's not. Revenue share is a great thing, and it's going to help developers in the long run. But for them to get it on the platform and only be on that platform, it's down to Epic splashing the cash, okay? This is something that no one's actually saying properly. The closest we got, I think, is the game Phoenix Point, which is a XCOM style game. The developer said on a video, or the blog post I think it was, that if it was a Kickstarted game, so I should have mentioned that it's a Kickstarted backed game. It's a Kickstarted game, so all the backers pledged money to it. I think they made about 700,000, just under a million, right? Yeah. Epic have made that exclusive now. They've paid the developer, right? And the developer has said, either in a blog post or in a video, that even if we refunded every single backer, we would still be quids in. We would still be money up, right? So that to me means that if they made 700,000 roughly, well, I doubt if Epic gave them 1 million for an exclusive store deal, 300,000 is really going to make up the money. So I reckon it was 2 million or above for them to go, we can refund every single backer and still be okay. So keep that in mind. Two things. One, Tencent does not own Epic. It has some shares in it and has 2 people on a 7-person board. And the exclusive deals are all about money. Epic are paying developers to stay on the store for a year, and I've just told you how that works. Right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the Epic Store, developer, publisher, and of course, the gamer. So, Epic, they've decided, yeah, let's jump into the digital storefront. Sounds like a plan. Let's be honest. They're one, like Valve, when they used to make video games, they're probably one of the best people to start their own digital store. Same as CD Projekt Red and GOG. They're a developer, so they know what they want from a store. Makes perfect sense. You develop games, you want to sell your games, so you know how you want a store to be run. That makes perfect sense, and it's a great idea. So they've decided, let's jump in. So they've jumped into the digital space market. Their store is extremely lacking features, let's not lie, okay? It's like me jumping into a speedboat race with a boat and a couple of rowing oars, and yet I knew I had the money to go buy a speedboat, but I wanted to jump in the race straight away. Epic should have just waited a second, get all their ducks in a row, and then launch the store. But they wanted to jump in, they wanted to try and get some traction now instead of waiting a year, which as a business move, I 100% understand. For now, yeah, they're not doing the best. They're buying people to, try and get people eyes on their store. And in a year's time, yeah, it should be an amazing store. Why are they buying people? It's pretty simple. They need eyes on their store. So they've got the money. They're not going to do it all the time. That's already been explained in I think it was a Polygon article. I'll put links in the description below. That they're not going to be buying exclusive for the rest of their gaming store lifetime. They're doing it for the first maybe year and a half, maybe 2 years, just to try drum up business and get eyes on their store, which makes perfect sense. The best way to get into any market is to buy your way in. Okay? I want to do games media. I am doing it very, very slowly, right? I've also got a main job, I've got family to support, so I'm doing this games media thing very, very slowly, right? If I had £100,000 in my bank, I guarantee you my channel would be blowing up in a year's time. Easy. Because I've got the money to push into it. I don't have to worry about working. I can literally focus 100% on my YouTube channel and the website that I'm building. But I'm not. So I haven't got the money, so I've got to do it slowly. And Epic had that choice. They were like, do we build it up slowly or do we just put loads of money into a market and we can get eyes on? So that's exactly what they did. Put loads of money in the market and they've got eyes on. For better or for worse, well, that's down to your opinion, shall we say. But they're going about it the right way, the wrong way. They're going about it the right way from a business sense. Let's not lie, okay? As I've just said, best way to get into any market, buy your way in. As like what they're doing, they've got this Fortnite money, they might as well use it. Whether it works out in the long run, I don't know. They're putting loads of money in now, but if they haven't got enough money to sustain them for the long run, if gamers don't attract themselves to it and start using it, then it's going to be dead in the water and then they have to close it down. But Epic aren't really doing anything wrong as such. They're just buying their way in, which is what a lot of big corporations do to get into new markets. They just buy their way in. It's a part of business. It happens. So that's the Epic Store, and that's what they're doing, and that's why they're doing it. And it's going to work out eventually. It should have been feature complete, but there you go. So let's go to developer and publisher. Start with the publisher side first. The publishers, a lot of them already have their own launchers, so they don't really need to worry too much. But your game in more places makes perfect sense. Simple as. Okay? So they look at Epic and Epic are offering them money. Well, who's not going to say no to money? If someone said to me, Python Zombie, here's £100,000 for you to put your stuff on Twitter instead of YouTube, of course I'm going to take it. It's money. Who isn't going to take money, right? Yeah? And to a publisher, this is a job. It's a business. They need to, keep receiving money and keep producing products. And a small exclusive deal to them isn't really going to be that bad in the long run, providing they've still got money to carry on making games and things. So I 100% understand why publishers are going to take it. Gives them a little more visibility, and also it's easier to sell in a smaller market, a big fish in a smaller market, than it is a big fish in a bigger market, you know. So the Epic Store only has, say, 100,000 people, and you're a big fish in that pond. Well, then that 100,000 people are going to come to you because everyone wants to go see you. Everyone wants to buy your games. Whereas if you're a big fish in a good few million pond, it's not going to work. You know, you're not going to be able to sell as much. So I completely understand why you'd go to a smaller market to draw up some business, and then you can release your game other places. Makes perfect sense. Developer side, um, pretty much every developer that's gone to the Epic Store has done it because of an exclusive deal. Once again, all about their money. It's all about their money. They can sugarcoat it and be like, you know, financial incentives or they've helped us, you know, in different ways. Just say it up straight, okay? Epic gave us money to be on the store, and we need money because in case gamers forgot, it's a business. It's a hobby to you and me. Right now, I'm hoping to make it a business, but it's a hobby to you and me now playing games. If I don't play games ever again, it's not going to be the end of the world. You know, there are other things I could do. But to developers, this is their job. This is their lifeline. If they don't make the money, they will go out of business. That means anything from one person to a couple of thousand people out on the street with no job. That is something you don't want. And if you've ever been in a managerial position, or you've ever owned your own company, or you've been like a CEO, any of the top brass in a company, letting people go is not the nicest thing in the world, okay? Simple as. But unfortunately, sometimes it has to happen. So developers are going to try and make sure it doesn't happen by, you know, taking any money. Same as if everyone doesn't like EA right now because they're not exactly the best company in the world. If EA was to give your favorite developer 100 million and go, we're going to publish your next game and here's the development fund for it, there are going to be very few developers that are going to say no to that because they need to keep themselves afloat. They need to keep their employees in a job. Okay? You guys, like me, we have a different job, okay? I have a different job. This is just something I'd like to do. I'd like to do games media. But I have a normal job. If I was suddenly let go from that normal job, I would be, you know, up the creek without a paddle. So if someone comes up to me and goes, yo, zombie, here's another £100,000 for you to do a different job, and then you come back to your job later, it's like, well, of course I'm going to take it. Because I've got to keep everything running. I run a house, I have family and kids. So you can understand why developers are going to take the money from Epic. I 100% understand it. I don't necessarily think it's the best thing in the world. I think, you know, your game should be everywhere. That just makes sense. Um, your game's in more places, it'll sell more copies. And the market can decide. But, you know, if someone's going to offer you money, take it. I would take it. Let's be honest, you would take it too. Okay? And also, once again, it's a smaller pond. It's easier to sell your game in a smaller venue than it is to sell your game. Like, Steam is massive right now. Trying to get traction and exposure on Steam for an indie developer is hard. Whereas the Epic Store, log on to their launcher and have a look at their store, okay? Or just go to the website. You can see there's not loads of games in there, okay? But if you're one of the few games on there, you've got a massive splash page and everything. It's great. So, you know, makes sense. So, that's the developer and the publisher. Now let's get to the gamer. Where to begin? Okay, right. I'm not going to lie. Epic Store is 100% incomplete. 100% incomplete, okay? They need to get their store in shape, okay? They've got some questionable terms and conditions, which people have said don't necessarily match up with the GDPR, which is something they should probably be doing. But in case you guys didn't know, pretty much any company you've ever dealt with pretty much has permission to sell your data on, okay? I think even the school you attended probably has permission to sell some of your data to a college or uni or something, right? So, you know, bear that in mind. At the end of the day, I know my data's being sold here and there, but I don't care. Whatever. You never know, maybe it means that I'll get something through the post I'm actually going to buy for a change. That'd be kind of fun. Other than that, you know, whatever. So, yeah, the store is completely in feature complete. And, yeah, their terms and conditions are very questionable. Um, as for Epic, people don't want to go to Epic Store, even if it was feature complete. Um, that's your choice. If you don't want to go to a shop and shop there, by all means, shop somewhere else. But I personally feel that Steam needs competition, and I'm surprised. I actually thought Amazon would be the one to, you know, create a store that would compete with Steam. But it looks like they don't care about that too much. I mean, they've got the Twitch store, which kind of sells games and stuff, but it's not the same. Discord have got their own store now. Itch.io, GOG, but Epic seem to be the one that are flaunting their cash and trying to definitely give Steam a run for their money, and it makes perfect sense. Steam have become very lazy. I mean, they don't even make games anymore. And I'm sorry, I'm classing Artifact not as a game. It was literally done for a cash grab, and according to the player base, if you look now on SteamDB, it is not there at all. They don't care. I know they've got their open policy. Anyone can make games. But some creation, damn. There are some games on there that don't even run. Like, literally, they just don't run. They have no executable file. That is not something a store should have. You know, let's be honest. They should definitely have some creation. They should be doing more for the developer and for the gamer. And let's be honest, they're not. They're quite happy and content to stay where they are. Even their new revenue share split for bigger games, once you sell more copies, you get more money. That doesn't help. That only helps EA, Ubisoft, Take-Two. Because we all know they're going to sell, I think it's about 5 million copies or whatever. Of course they're going to sell about 5 million or 10 million copies. They're big companies, so of course they're going to get more money. The little Joe Bloggs indie developer, one guy on his own that spent 4 years on this game, he's the one that really needs the better revenue split. You know, he's the one that really needs the traction. He's the one that needs the front page. He's the one that, or she, shall I say, is the one that needs more exposure. But Steam don't care. And to be fair, once again, Steam are a monopoly right now. I don't like monopolies. They all these gamers are complaining, I just want my games in one place, which I'll get to in a second. I understand that, but Steam right now is a monopoly. And if Steam decides to just take your stuff away, that's it. Every single game you've had is gone. Bye-bye. See you later. If you break one of Steam's terms of service, they'll just close your account. That's it. Bye-bye. Those 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or 15 games you've got on there, gone. You're not getting them back. You're not having them. See you later. That's it. I don't like a company having that much power. I don't think it's right. I understand you want your games in one place. I 100% agree with that. There's what I do, just to let gamers know, is I have a folder on my desktop which game launchers. So I click in that folder and all of my game launchers are there. Bam! There they are. Right? And also, when you install a game to your hard drive, you have the option, even on itch.io and GOG and Steam and Epic, you have an option to add a shortcut. So you know what you do? You add a shortcut to your desktop. And on my desktop, I have this folder that says Games. And all the shortcuts are all stuck in there. So all I do is open up my shortcut, open up my games folder, and bam, every single game is there for me to look at. I can put it in alphabetical order. If I really want to, I know people will be like, oh, it's a bit of a hassle. But if you really want to, you can even create folders and just put your shortcuts in specific folders. So FPS, RTS, point and click, platformer. Do that yourself. It's a little bit of file management. It's not the ends of the world. You can do that. And also, PC Gamer did an article, I think last week or something, about a all-in-one launcher. It's not the best thing in the world, but it puts all your games in one place, and it launches everything together, and it's feature complete, shall we say. So I'll put that in the link below. You can also check that out and see if you like that. But it's not the hardest thing in the world for you to put all of your launchers and all your games in one place. It's really not. I understand it's a little bit of work, but a little bit of work to save you some, it's not the end of the world. Come on, guys. I mean, you know, when you switched from hard copy PC games to digital, I guarantee you were like, oh, it's too much work. Now you would never go back to hard copy, would you? And you don't want to take another step to make it easier for yourself? That I'm sorry, I don't agree with. Come on, guys. Seriously? And girls. But as for the having 50 million different launchers, I 100% understand that bit, okay? So, as I said, that's what I do with my games. But what I also do with my my game launchers is that it's all the same code for everything, okay? So it's the same username, same password. I know, everyone's like, what's wrong with you? Zombie, why are you doing the same password and the same username? Because one, I created a brand new email account which literally has all of my game stuff go to it. So my Steam, my GOG, my itch.io, my PlayStation, my Xbox, my Nintendo, all of that goes straight into one email box, onto an email account. And that's it. That's where all my game stuff is, and my username and password are all the same, and it's just easier for me to remember. And also, what you can do, which I actually suggest everyone doing this in general anyway, get a prepaid credit card. You can get them online. They're free of charge. They're just basically a top-up credit card. So you just top it up whenever you want to use it, right? Get one of these credit cards and then use that credit card and attach that credit card to all of your accounts for your gaming, right? So what happens is that even if your ID or account is hacked, they can try and take money from this prepaid credit card. Well, if you only put £10 on it a month or whatever, you've only lost £10, $10, €10. It's not the end of the world, right? And also, they can't get access to your main account because this is a prepaid top-up. If you really want, click on the website, cancel your prepaid top-up card, get a new one. Bam, done. A little bit of security, a little bit of distance between your account and your gaming account and your financial account, Just make some space. It makes perfect sense. That, to me, just makes sense. And I 100% understand why people don't want to go to Epic and why gamers are so angry at Epic. I get it, okay? The other thing is exclusivity. Exclusivity is rubbish, okay? I want my games everywhere and anywhere. The market should decide, okay? So I want, for example, Shovel Knight. I want it on Xbox, PC, on every single store that's available on PC, on PlayStation, on Apple Store, on Android Store, on the Nokia Store, on my store down the road. I want that game everywhere, and then I want to be able to decide where and when I buy it. Games being locked off and exclusives, they're annoying, okay? I 100% understand why gamers don't like it, okay? But you could wait a year. I know it's not what you want, but you could. I mean, unless you're downloading films illegally, whenever a film comes out in America, or an anime series or whatever, you gotta wait for it to be translated into your own home country. You have to wait. It's not the end of the world to wait. There are thousands and thousands of other games you could play while you're waiting for your new favorite game to come on to the store, digital store or hardware store of your choice. It's not the end of the world. Have some patience. Do have some patience, gamers, please. It's not the end of the world. And also, don't attack the developer. Attack the publisher. Most of the time, it's the publisher's fault, not the developer. Admittedly, in some of these cases, Epic has given the developer money. So yeah, vent your frustrations, let them know, okay? But also, let's be honest, everyone vented their frustrations when Steam made Left 4 Dead 2, and all the gamers were up in arms. Oh, we're never going to buy Left 4 Dead 2. And then the day it came out, you could visibly see a lot of those people that were complaining, yeah, with usernames and everything, were playing Left 4 Dead 2. So, all I'm saying is if you're going to complain, stick to your guns. Okay, guys? I'm not going to buy any any EA game anymore because EA don't make anything I want. They made Dead Space and they completely ruined it with number 3. I don't care about anything else EA has made, and I'm not going to buy any other game. I'm not going to lie, if they were to re-release Dead Space Collection HD Remix, I'd definitely be tempted to buy that. I'm not going to lie. But right now, for the most part, I'm buying nothing from EA because they don't do anything I want. Don't care about Battlefield, don't care about Anthem, don't care about their sports games, and that's pretty much all they make, really. So there's nothing else. There's nothing else I want. There are loads of other indie games that I can play. So you know what? Even if you are looking for this new big game from said publisher or developer, and then it gets snatched away by Epic, go find an indie dev that you like. Go buy their game. Give them your money. Because the developers just gone to Epic obviously doesn't need your money anymore. Because Epic's just given them a buttload. So it'll be fine. So, go somewhere else. Wait a year. It's not the end of the world. Let's be honest, okay? I save up my money to buy a next console or to buy whatever. You have to wait a year for the console to come out. You got to save up money. I haven't got money to just drop on a console straight away. I'll save my money. I never get a console launch because I just physically can't afford it. Once again, though, the console is available in every store. So I have the option if I had the money to buy it. Whereas it being only on one store, I can understand. Maybe you don't want to wait a year. But that's your call, guys. That's your call. You know, whether you want to do it, do it. Look, developers, think about your core audience, okay? You may not, you may look at the huge range of gamers and go, actually, the hardcore don't matter too much because the regular Joes will buy the game. And I'm not gonna lie, that is true. The regular Joes that don't follow the news and the tabloids and the developers, they just see a game on the digital store and go, oh, this game's out, I'll buy it. They don't really care too much about exclusives and blah blah blah. They'll just see a game and buy it. So developers, I understand that. If you're looking for the standard average gamer to only buy say 4 or 5 games a year, great. But take care of the hardcore as well, okay? Because in most cases, the hardcore got you where you were today. Think about it. But also, I know that it's a business. You have to make sure you're making money all the time. And let's be honest, we know that gamers will wait a year, regardless of how much they kick and scream. They will wait a year, and then they'll buy the game. I've done it myself. I know for a fact I've done it myself. Okay, I haven't stuck to my guns, and then the game's come out. Oh, I want that game, and I've bought it. It's like Resident Evil 6, for example. I didn't care about Resident Evil 6 when it was announced. I didn't want to play it. I didn't want to buy it. And then a little while later, it came down in price, and I bought it brand new. And yeah, I kicked up a fuss to all of my friends, to my missus. I was like, Resident Evil 6 looks rubbish. It sucks. I'm not gonna buy it ever. I saw it come down in price. I bought it. I'm a Resident Evil fan. You know, it happens, you know. It's not the end of the world. So let's go over a few points before I wrap up. I want developers and Epic Store to be better. I want everyone to be better. So Epic Store, they're doing what everyone with money and a corporation does. They're trying to buy their way into a market which makes sense. They need to improve some features of their store, and they need to stop buying up developers because it's not the best for the world, for the gaming community at large. Publishers and developers, it's pretty much the same thing for them. They're being financially incentivized. It's going to happen, guys. You know, if someone drops a developer money or a publisher money, this is their main job. They need to survive. They're going to take the money. Okay, it's not against you, the gamer. It's the way of life. They have to survive, and unfortunately, sometimes you got to survive, and you got to make the choices that won't benefit everyone. It happens. As for gamers, yes, definitely keep complaining. Definitely keep going on at Epic Store to fix up, to change their some of their language and their terms and conditions, to get their roadmap up and done right now. I mean, their roadmap right now is like a year's time. Come on, Epic. That is not how it should be. You should have come to the gate with your store, all ducks in a row, bam. Be a proper competitor to Steam. Don't buy your way in. It doesn't help the gamers. It really doesn't. As for the gamers, yes, definitely complain to the Epic Store, but be kinder to developers. They are the ones that make the games you love, right? Yeah. And yes, they may have not done the best. They may have not taken the best option for you as a gamer. But let's be honest, you can get the game you want later on. I know it's nice to be first. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a few reviews, and it was nice to get a game for review and be one of the first people to put a review up. I 100% understand that. But it's not the end of the world if you have to wait. It's really not. Especially if it's a multiplayer game you're playing with friends. Just get it when all your friends get it later on in a year's time or whatever, you know. But do keep complaining, but do it respectfully, you know. Petitions, comments, just less of the swearing and bad words. Come on now. Make a constructive sentence, shall we? That might help. And that might actually help to get your point across. And the last thing, if you want to get your point across, vote with your wallet. Vote with your wallet, okay? Simple as. That's the one power a consumer has. Vote with your wallet. I think it was Bill Gardner, I think it was. He helped make... He runs Deep End Games and made Perception. He also helped develop Bioshock Infinite, I think it was. His point he made on Twitter was pre-order the game, and then if you see something you don't like, take away your pre-order. The publisher, developer will see that pre-order disappear, and that will make a tangible impact because they know they've just lost their money, right? And exact same thing. If you're going to buy something, buy it. If you're not going to buy it, don't buy it. Simple as. Just put your foot down, don't buy it, go help a different developer. That £40 or $40 or €60 or whatever you're going to, if you're going to buy the game and now that game is terrible, take that money, go give it to an indie dev. Go buy their game 4 times and then give it to your friends. You know, spend your money wisely. Show the developer and the publisher with your wallet what you want to buy and what you don't. And remember, the last point is, unfortunately, us hardcore, we're only about 10% of the gaming market. That's something to keep in mind. We really are. Okay? Look at all the amount of people that complain on Twitter and Reddit and comment posts on Eurogamer, Polygon, Kotaku, all that lot, yeah? I guarantee you add all those numbers together compared to the overall gamers in the world and how much different things are sold for, yeah? I guarantee you that the hardcore gaming crowd that complain the most are only about 10%. Something to keep in mind. It's not a lot. So if you guys just kick off a complaint, developers are just going to be like, well, I'll just wait for the other 90%. So be smart with your complaining. Do it respectfully and vote with your wallet, and that will make a tangible difference. Calling out developers and sending death threats and things won't help. I mean, it could do, but I wouldn't suggest it. But there you go. There you go, guys. That's my take on the whole Epic Store thing. What do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? I will be asking some developers to view my video and maybe make comments. Let me know. Either they'll put it in the comments down below, or then maybe they'll message me directly. Who knows? I'll make a follow-up video to this if I get some comments back from them. I think for the most part, I'm pretty much on point with every single thing I've on the market, every single point I've made about the Epic Store and how it's run and how different things work. Let me know what you think. Am I correct in my assertion what the Epic Store is doing? Do you think it's the best way? Is there a better way to do it? Am I right about the developers? Do you think it's right for them to take the money? At the end of the day, they've got to survive. Would you rather them just completely look out for your interest only? And if you do, give me a good reason. Tell me exactly why you think that makes a better decision than them looking after their own wallets and their own purses. I'm curious to know. I really am. You can catch me on Twitter at FDZombie. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Share this with every friend you know. And hit that like button. If you hit the dislike button, though, put in the comment down below what you dislike about the video. I'll always try to make my content better. Pretty much it. I've been the Fire Thunder Zombie for Fire Thunder Gaming Channel. Remember, if it ain't Fire Thunder, it ain't gaming. I'll catch you later.